Welcome to On Board. I'm Liz Waite, your new host, and you are witnessing some cool STEAM projects. They involve a merging of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics to create a learning experience that is both engaging and creative. Pretty neat, right? This episode will focus on how STEAM can improve existing education programs along with the benefits implementing them will bring. You'll be able to build your cake and eat it too. But before we get into STEAM, let's talk about the components leading up to it. A surge of technological advancements has demanded a workforce competent in science, technology, engineering, and math. 80% of occupations in the U.S. require STEM skills, and demand for STEM workers is growing 3 times faster than other fields. Schools began stressing STEM in order to prepare students for these demands, though they have yet to prepare kids for basic interaction and face-to-face communication. It's called FaceTime, not the app, and yet I haven't seen my friends in weeks. I'm talking to a camera right now. Help me. These STEM programs strive to incorporate motivating content, inquiry-based and student-focused methods, teamwork, and critical thinking. While the role of STEM in education is important, obviously, we should also be looking at the impact of other parts of the curriculum. Which brings us to the neglected middle child of a well-rounded education. The arts. An arts education teaches vital skills such as creativity, innovation, and problem solving. Last year, the arts supported almost 5 million full-time jobs. Overall, art and culture make up a $730 billion industry, totaling 4% of the GDP. I wonder if porn is included in that category of the arts. I mean, if it is, I wonder how much of that is generated from porn, you know? Think about it. You hire actors, it takes place on a set, they're directors, and people like pay for the films, and just saying. STEAM then becomes a response to STEM, the result of employers, educators, and parents who argue that STEM education lacks a key component, the arts. They're calling for schools and education providers to utilize arts alongside science with the goal of a more well-rounded education. If you've ever had to read music, you know every song is a lesson in fractions. As one high school teacher puts it, music is math. Please don't delete your music library after hearing that. Integration of the arts into STEM not only has educational benefits, but also practical applications within the real world. For all you utilitarian jerks out there who can't appreciate beauty for the sake of beauty. Let's take tech startup company Vidyard, a software company that focuses on hosting and analyzing video content for corporations. The most critical aspect of this company is the ability to find meaning in data and uses information to the advantage of companies. Despite the need for coders and engineers to ensure a properly functioning company, CEO Michael Litt believes humanities and the arts fill a demand equally as important. He states, "The making part was relatively easy. It was the figuring out what people want part that was hard." See, even Big Brother needs a heart. Because people will never embrace your product if you don't understand their motivations and needs. Understanding the receptiveness of your tech requires individuals who can make qualitative judgments of design, aesthetics, interactivity, and human nature, skills that are emphasized in the arts and exploited by marketers. Thanks, Facebook. Let's take a look at some examples of how STEAM is being integrated into schools. NASA started an Art and the Cosmic Connection curriculum where students learn how to describe satellite photos by drawing them. They learn about astrophysics while learning how to effectively use shape, color, and texture. That's a much cooler way to learn about the solar system than just spray painting a bunch of styrofoam balls and putting them on a stick. And by the way, I know you didn't do that project in first grade. Your mom did it at 1 a.m. the night before it was due. You're not the only one. I'm not accusing you. I get it. Let's just be real here. In Annapolis, Maryland, 8th graders are learning mathematics through paper mosaics. They learn how to do mosaics by collecting samples and predicting how many tiles are needed to complete the process. More locally, educators in Brea, California have transformed Laura Elementary School into a magnet school of innovation and career explorations through the initiation of a STEAM program. The goal is to give students a hands-on, minds-on learning approach. Coincidentally, the exact opposite slogan for CRSO, the Coalition of Recovering Sex Offenders. While there are some educators who have begun to implement STEAM, across the board this new endeavor is taking a while to, how do you say, gain steam. Successfully integrating these programs is no easy task and requires extensive planning and preparation from teachers to reshape the curriculum and tie multiple disciplines together. Teachers need broad institutional support from local school districts, companies, and the nonprofit sector in order to build these programs. Funding is an important element of this support. Some ways this can be accomplished are government grants, private donors, creating fundraisers, and school organization fundraisers. Trust me, I'm a theater major. We have no funding. No funding. So if a school or a district doesn't already have a STEAM program, how can one be initiated? Parents and teachers can show proof that this is a program that will not only benefit students, but is supported by the local community and the students themselves. This can be accomplished by attending school board meetings, reaching out to state legislator, and sharing your voice at city council meetings. The more people you get on board with the idea, the more likely it will be to happen. We need more versatile citizens to take on the increasingly complex problems we are facing today. The only way we're going to achieve that is by investing the resources into making sure the youth are getting the best education possible. We need to get youth off the street and into STEAM. I need to speak to the manager. It's fucking millennials and their fucking avocados. Love you, Grandma. An education that includes science and the arts is going to have remarkable results. We can look to the past to see how the interconnection of arts and science has enhanced our understanding of reality and humanity. Renaissance master Da Vinci is the pinnacle example of what good can come from viewing the two fields as catalysts for each other rather than antithesis. He utilizes medical studies on human bodies and anatomy to create astonishing, realistic paintings. His math and engineering studies cultivated beautiful journals, which are widely regarded as artistic works. Kind of like that journal I had when I was going through my emo phase. It was pretty dark stuff. Through and through, we see his art inspiring his scientific research and his scientific research inspiring new ways of creating art. To quote Gombrich, an art historian, all this exploration of nature was to him first and foremost a means to gain knowledge of the visible world, such as he would need for his art. Thanks for tuning in to On Board. If you need me, I'll be getting steamy. Till next time.